Hey guys, Void of Dust Gaming here, and we are talking about VERES today because the new update is out, and I don't think that I have shown you the new build that I'm playing at the moment. I will be facing Xanis, which is supposedly a jungler, but in this case he is going against me on the Dark Slayer lane. And while I had a really easy game in the beginning, it turned out to be quite something special in the mid to late game. And I can't even tell what that was, but I can tell that we had an AFKer. And AFK players are always really a problem because you're just playing with one member less in your squad that you don't really want to have. And we also had the problem that we had two junglers. So we've got Zephyrs and we had Yorn. And both those guys were sharing the jungle, which is of course some kind of hindrance that you will realize makes quite a difference in the play, because both those guys are actually working in the same jungle. And that's not something that you can feel comfortable with. I'm fighting Xanis quite early in the game. He is doing some nice damage, but fortunately for me, with my passive and the healing up, I can manage to get the first blood here. And I just had to go back because I was too vulnerable to actually make some other plays. So there was no way on standing in the lane to get more farm. I was so low that mid lane could farm me off easily, so I decided to go back, checking Xanis's equipment right now, because I'm going for Rankbreaker first. And as you can see, just trying to farm up. Yorn comes in, does some damage. I don't know what he does, like he's farming up stuff. I let him farm the bird here, waiting for Zephyrs. No Xanis. Yorn does some damage to the tower. I don't really get what he was doing here. And it won't matter in the later game, because he's going to decide to go offline, and that's just stuff I don't really like. Xanis is a little bit afraid of me because I killed him quite early, but now that he got some equipment, he becomes more dangerous, and you guys have to keep that in mind. Like, just because you have killed some character early on doesn't mean that you will have an easy game afterwards, because it just means that you got some gold. But with the scaling of levels and stuff like that, characters do get more powerful. And in this fight, I had to realize that my own way. Like, I thought that Xanis would be an easy pick, but unfortunately he does a lot of damage as soon as he starts to level up with his ult. He's got a lot of true damage, so that was something that I had to learn the hard way. 4 minutes or 3 minutes are gone in the game already. I'm trying to use my my passive to the very extent, but you can see how much damage he does. That's insane. Like, and he doesn't even have some good damage items, so that will become a lot more difficult as soon as I start to ramp up. And the only thing that I had chosen for myself was to basically farm as much as possible on the bottom and look for some windows to be opened up in the middle. Here he comes again. I have to retreat. Good thing is with VERES, you can try to get out easily by using your ult as well as your 2, just to get enemies away from you. But being that low, that's always really difficult, and it's always really dangerous. Got the Rankbreaker now. That's my first item. Decide to go for the Hermes selected, just to have some more roaming potential. And missing my stuff here. Enzo gets the double kill. And it's not looking that good. Like, we had a really easy start here, but now the enemy is coming back, and that's always something that you want to try to avoid. Look at that mid tower, no one is contesting it. We don't have a mid laner because we have two junglers. That is something... You just don't want that. Grog comes in here, hooks me. He's using his ult. And I just think that I can fight him because he doesn't do that much damage. And I want to use my passive to kind of get Grog into lane, but I miss my passive here. Pretty unfortunate. And there comes Enzo, and I can't stand a chance. Like, that was a little bit too overextended. And I should know that Grog had some kind of reason to do something like that, to stay into trouble like that. And the poor thing is, Zephyrus could easily take on Greg here on the tower, but he's so fed up with farming that he doesn't really help that much. Yorn needs to come in to get rid of the minions at the tower, but that game is not looking that great. Like 6-5, there's a tower that's been destroyed. They're hanging on the tower in the bottom lane. There's Yorn here trying to make a play, but with Grog here, you don't want to overextend that much because he can easily hook you. Now Xanis comes in. We need to do something good here. I'm getting a lot of damage, trying to get them away from me, but now Enzo is here, and that's the double kill for the enemy team. 4 heroes down in our lane. There's not that much chance that we can actually take it. So Talon tries to split push here, gets caught off by Fafnir, and now suddenly we're standing at 6-9. That was a 6-5 before, but now we're standing at a 6-9. And I just realized that I need some more tankiness. I'm going for the Aegis. That's going to do me some favor. I'm using a lot of health Arcana in this build. I'm going to post them below. We are able to get Enzo here, which is something good, but I'm just not doing that much damage to the Muganga, and he's just stacking up health. Defeat him, that was good. Now we can get Grog, but I have so many stacks that I'm going to die. No, I'm not going to die, but I'm really, really low. Like, this is not something that you feel comfortable with. I'm trying to get more health back by using those minions. But you can see that Xander already went to our Yorn. I just checked the situation. I just decided I can't do any good here. I need to go back. I need to get some health. I use my abilities to go back faster. But what are you supposed to do in this kind of situation? Like, help? No, he's going to die anyway, so I thought it's better to have just one death instead of two. I can get released from Enzo here. That was quite nice. And now I'm going in. And shut down for Lumbo, that's a nice thing to do. And I was really lucky to get away from Fafnir here. And I thought I can make some play. I was running around, there's Maganga. I see Fafnir here in the middle. And I just decided to go back because I'm not really that much of a help. Like, I'm so low, it doesn't help my team. That will be just another kill, so I decided to go back to get some health back. But I already knew that I was quite low on stuff. So going in here, that was easy. That was some gifted thing. Grog ults me. A lot of stacks from Maganga. And I'm able to get Maganga here. But the stacks kill me. Just too many stacks, my health was too low. Maganga's doing a lot of damage. and our Zephyrus is not really able to use his abilities to full extent, so he lets Greg go. He's not ulting in, he's not doing stuff, and Greg gets him and he is dead afterwards. Like, I don't know what he was thinking, but it put us into a really rough positioning here. And that report yawn doesn't really help anyone. Play a game, do as good as you can, and leave players out of this scope. I let Greg escape here because I don't really have some abilities on cooldown, or all my abilities have been on cooldown, so that wasn't something that I could basically wish for, and now I have to get rid of those minion waves. I'm using my ult, I'm using everything that I got to kill Maganga, but he's putting all those stacks in me, and without further ado, I can't use my passive to the fullest extent. That was really, really bad. I was always playing around Maganga, and of course Samus has a really easy game on us because I don't know what Talon was doing here. Like, that play was really nice, but of course there are a lot of enemies in their own jungle, so she gets killed by the way. 16 versus 20. The enemy is clearly ahead of us, and we are struggling to find a way back into the game. Clearly, like, you can already tell. We've got 5 towers left, they've got 7. So, and with those kills, they have the upper hand quite clearly. Lumba comes in, we try to get snagged away from the minions, because they just need some more gold for our equipment to get. They are uncontested, like the enemy doesn't try to push the mid lane. And now we've got Zephyrus here. And we've got this stupid Zephyrus always asking for reporting something, and it's just so lame. It doesn't have anyone. Like, why are you always writing this? Kinda concentrate on the game that you've been playing. Enzo is really, really low. I don't even know what Enzo really does. Like, the last game that I have been playing with Enzo was in 14 something, and now look at that. I was so low and she was so dead in a meantime. I don't even know how I did it. I think I ulted, used my 2, and she was gone, and she was already on, I think, 1/3 of her health. But that's just how strong VERES is if she gets her passive to work, and that's always something that you should keep in mind. Like, always use your passive. I'm using a lot of attack damage items that help me to speed up my attack speed. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Not damage items, but I'm trying to use my attack speed as well as some lifelink. And it actually works quite nice, but I can't do anything against Maganga. 5 stacks already in my body. And it just takes so much time to get him. There we go. And now Yawn decided to quit the party. This is the main fact, and this is the main problem. Players are not satisfied with the game, and they start to AFK instead of playing the game and trying to do something different. And you guys will see that just one attempt is more than enough to get everything done. Really nice play here from Talon, but she can't really get rid of the Grog, the Fafnir, and everything else. Like, the split push was really nice, but she gets caught out in the open. 4 enemies try to chase her, so what are you supposed to do? Of course you're going to die. This is just something that is natural. And we do have some problems getting the team ahead and getting the team into some team fight situations. Now we have Yawn, who's he's a bot at this point. So always keep that in mind. If you see some good scene from Yawn, he's following me because I told him to do. I don't really feel like having an AI back in your base kind of helps you, because the only thing that's going to happen is that he's going to fall off in terms of levels. And we try to get that thing here, We try to get the other thing, and I don't know what Enzo does here. Like, that's really, really strange. Unfortunately, I don't get him, and as Maganga is just keeping down some stacks, I get killed here as well. Like, he was able to dodge away. Otherwise, at least Enzo would have been dead. And right now, I'm already kind of full build. The only thing that I need is Fenrir's Tooth. Our tower has been destroyed, so as you can see, the first core tower has been demolished. And we are facing a 21 versus 29, so we are really having a rough time against those enemies. Right now the situation is they have more towers, they've got more kills, and they are more people, because we already have one person being AFK. And that Talon not playing? Oops, no good. Another tower has been lost. I'm getting those minions here. I'm using all the passes that I got to get Grok, which ended up quite nicely. Like, I didn't intend to do so. And right now we are still facing those minions. Enemy super minions have been deployed. 2 towers are already missing, so they have a really easy game on getting through. The only thing that they need to get is the 3rd tower, and they don't even need to do that. Like, they can easily get up with something like the Abyssal Dragon or something like that, and that could have been quite easy, but I've managed to do something really good. We've aced the enemy, and this is the right time at the right purpose, and we've got the minion wave. So of course what we are going to do is push through as best as we can. We've got Maganga here, and I'm just going all in. Like, I'm using all my abilities. Kill that, kill that, kill that. Enemy tower has been destroyed. There's the minion, and we push for the last bit, and this is game. So guys, don't ever complain to anything. Always try to do as best as you can, and the result will be something different. We could have just thrown the towel away and said, like, look guys, went pretty bad. That more towers, that more kills, that more gold. But just one single push, because they were quite unorganized, was enough to get our game into their game. Like, we managed to get the game into our hands, and we just pushed through the middle lane, which is the most difficult one. And we had the opportunity, and we went through. This is the build that I've been using, and it went so smoothly. So you should never give up. You should always try your best, and you can win games with that. So if you want to see more games like that, hit the subscribe button over there, watch some videos over here, and I'm VERES Gaming, and I wish you a really pleasant time. Thank you guys for watching.